Hi ladies, Lisa Gornall here. I promised I would go live today at 4 o'clock, and so here I am. And the topic today is something that's happening a lot for people right now, that these relationships that you've had for a while are shifting. And that was my husband's arm. He's watching my lighting here. The relationships that are shifting, and it's very difficult to be in a relationship that you've been in for a while and to have it shift. It's happened to me several times, and I can totally relate to the pain. And sometimes there's a what did I do? We try and take responsibility as women and fix it, right? We take all that blame on ourselves. But sometimes what we need to do is look at the other person and say, maybe it is not just about me. Maybe things are shifting and it's bigger than just me, right? Maybe we are karmically supposed to have this relationship for this period of time. Maybe we have a connection and it plays out its season, right? Sometimes, and I talk about this a lot in my videos, you're energetically here and they're energetically here. And if you're energetically here and they don't want to shift or change and they want to stay here, there's nothing you can do to move them up. What they want to do is they want to pull you down. So that's always a relationship shifter too. Whenever that happens, it's very difficult to make a relationship work here. And if you've been in a relationship with somebody for a long time and it's been going on like that, eventually that's going to come to an end because that struggle can only remain for so long. So there are so many reasons why the relationship shift and change. It's not so much that you can fix them, but what you can do is you can try, right? You can see what there is that you can do. And then from there is when the energy work starts to begin. Because like I said, you're only in control of yourself. You don't have control over this other person. You don't have control over their thoughts or their feelings. You don't know why they're doing what they're doing. Sometimes people don't want to be in that relationship anymore, and so it's important for you to notice what's happening and why it's happening. Sorry, I have a little bug flying around here. I'm over by these plants, which apparently have a bug. So if you have this book right here, I know a lot of you do, you're going to want to look at chapters 1, 2, and 6. These all kind of address this, right? Because in your relationships, you need to look at your self-worth, your self-value, your self-love. What are you bringing to yourself? What are you allowing? That all determines the relationships that you bring into your life. You want to notice the energy components of relationships, the karma. You can see the bug in the camera now. You want to notice the karma, right? You're either drawn to somebody, you're repelled from somebody. The ones that hurt the most are when you're drawn to somebody. Those are the relationships that hurt the most. When you feel an attachment to somebody and then, something in their life shifts or changes and they go on a whole different path, and maybe it's not a good path and you can't go with them, right? That goes back to this whole thing that I was talking about earlier. And, the indifferent relationships, those can sometimes even be the hardest ones because those are the ones where you felt like you had a connection with somebody because you kind of grew it came with time. And then all of a sudden it's not working anymore and it's not in alignment. And, it doesn't matter which way it goes with those karmic relationships, no matter what, at the end, you're going to be left saying, what happened? We were friends, right? When we invest energy into relationships and our friendships, it's something that we really want to keep going, right? We don't want to make it just be like, oh, I put all this time and energy into you and now it's done, right? We create these memories and these events and all these things with these people, and we would like to keep them in our lives. And sometimes as women, we try a little too hard to keep those relationships going. And when you do that, the one thing that you're going to notice is that you're miserable, because that's going to go back to this whole energy thing that I was talking about. So the moment that you're noticing that the relationship is like this, you've got some letting go to do, a lot of letting go to do. That would be my recommendation for you, because when you're not even on the same level playing field in that relationship anymore. Now granted, at some point you were, and then something has shifted and made it change. And once you're at this point, all you can do is do the inner work and let that person do what it is that they need to do. So I'll give you guys some energy work to do to help you, because I know that this is a huge thing in the group right now. So go ahead and close your eyes. Imagine bringing in the white light from the top of your head, gently through your body, all the way down to your feet and into the earth. I am peace, I am free. All is well. So I want you to take any of that pain, that hurt, that frustration that you have from the way that this relationship went and ended or is ending. And I want you to imagine pulling that out of your body. It's either going to be in your chest area or in your stomach area. So imagine pulling that out and refilling it with a soft pink light. So just imagine that soft pink coming from behind your back and all the way forward, either into your chest or into your stomach, filling every cell. And let all that negativity and darkness just disappear. I am peace. I am free. All is well. All is well. And then take a moment and remember some of those good memories that you had together. Hey Becky. Imagine some of those good memories that you had together and go ahead and let those just kind of go up into the light. You're not letting them go, but you're just saying, yes, we had good times. I'm recognizing that we had good times. And then I kind of want you to go into where it is right now. And it's not those good times. It's not those good memories. And so I want you to just take any of that frustration and anger that's still remaining from all of that. And I want you just to surrender it to the universe, surrender it to God. Imagine it just going up. So this is different than letting go. What you're going to do is just kind of let that energy go straight up into the universe, heaven, whatever you want to call it, and let it just disappear, because this energy is going to disappear into light and love, because that's what's real. All this other stuff is not. And so go ahead and let that all go. And then you're going to fill your body with a soft yellow light. And you're going to bring that soft yellow light in from the top of your head. Let it go gently through your body, all the way down to your feet, and into the earth. I am peace. I am free. All is well. And you've heard me say this part in other energy work that I've done. I want you to imagine that person. And I want you to say, the light in me sees the light in you. I am free. You are free. We are both free. All is well. And then imagine a soft pink coming in from the top of your head. Let that soft pink flow through your body, all the way down to your feet and into the earth. All is well. All is well. And then go ahead and bring a white light through from the top of your head. Let it flow gently through your body, down to your feet, and into the earth. And just really think about, I shouldn't say think about, but whenever you think about them, I want you to notice the energy in your body. Your body is going to tell you where you're holding on to this relationship and where you have letting go to do. And your job is to be whole and light and love. So wherever you're holding on to energy from this relationship, you've got to let it go, right? Some of you might find stuff in your throat, right? Because you're holding back and you're not speaking your truth. Some of you might find stuff in your chest because you're so sad that this relationship is coming to an end. And some of you may find stuff in your stomach area. And that's because you're just really trying to make this thing work, and you're going to make it work no matter what it's going to cost you, right? That's your sense of self. And then some of you, I can even see, could have some stuff in your hip area. And that would be just kind of holding you in place and holding you firm. So just notice, like, whenever you think about this person, where are you holding onto the energy? And then let it go. And at the end of the day, I like to take a shower. I always like to do it at night because I kind of use it as like a cleansing ritual for myself. But at the end of the day, you can take a shower and you can kind of check back in on this relationship, right? Because you want to be in a good space when you go to sleep. And you can say, I'm bringing in the light and love, right? White light first. And then any remaining tension, worries, sadness from this relationship, you can go ahead and use that time to let it go, let it wash down the drain and wash away. And this is a process. It doesn't just go away overnight, right? This relationship took time to build. You had a connection to that person, and you're sad to see it go. So you're going to be doing this energy work for a little bit. It's not an overnight thing, because you're going to have to kind of unplug your energy from all those places that you were holding it with them and reconnect with yourself and create a life where they're not a part of it anymore, right? And that's okay, because if they were supposed to be a part of your life, if they were supposed to be your best friend or be your partner or be a good friend or whatever it may be, they would be. And so the fact that they're not tells you that that's not what's supposed to be happening anymore. I had a call with one of my clients today, and one of the things that we were talking about is, you know, when a relationship comes to an end, it's almost like when somebody passes, right? We want to focus on all the good, right? It's good. We want to focus on the good, but we're not focusing on the bad. And how this relates to when somebody passes, we want to focus on, well, they were okay 2 weeks ago, or they were okay a year ago, or, you know, you focus on all the good. You don't realize how they were as they were crossing over. That's where the body's at now. And in a relationship, you're in that same place, right? There's a transition happening, a metamorphosis happening energetically between the two of you, and you've got to focus on that, not on all the good memories that you've had, especially if this relationship is just pulling you down. If it's pulling you down, then you really got to evaluate, why am I still in this relationship? Am I helping myself? Am I helping the people around me? Is this making the world around me a better place? And if it's not, then it's really time to think about letting it go. Again, for those of you that have this book, chapters 1, chapter 2, chapter 6. Okay, these chapters will help you get even more in depth with where you're at in this journey and in this relationship. And, you know, when one relationship is over, a new one's going to step in. But sometimes if you're holding on to that old relationship and hoping that things are going to shift or change, you're not letting those new relationships come in. Also, when relationships are shifting and changing, it's important that you give yourself that space to heal, to see how you played a role in this relationship ending, what tweaks do you need to do for yourself, what can you do better. All of those things are important, because you don't want to create that same relationship with another friend, with another partner, etc., right? You want to keep shifting and changing and growing, and you're not going to do that if you don't do the inner work. So do the inner work. All right, ladies, I am off, but if you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. You know I'll get back to all of you, and have a great evening. Thank you for watching.